and welcome to Bitesize. I'm Pete.
And I'm Kristen.
So today we're going to be talking about uninterruptible power supplies, or UPS.
Are you going to do dad jokes and embarrass me the whole time?
Not this week, no. This week we're going to be very data focused. We're going to try and have a real paradigm shift from last week's episode.
We're going to break down the silos?
We are. We're going to make sure that we move some mountains and that we're results orientated in our end results to provide the customer with a solution that is
impressive. So basically, we're not trying to boil the ocean.
Indeed. It's very important.
Okay, good.
So, Kristen, why don't we start off with what is a UPS?
So a UPS is it can go from a very tiny unit all the way up to almost a room-size unit, but it is basically a battery backup. So in case of a power failure, it's going to keep your IT equipment up and running. And it also serves as an in-between point from the wall utility service to the IT equipment to provide clean power, so they're not being hit with all of the crummy power from the
Absolutely, yeah.
wall.
So essentially it protects against, blackouts, brownouts, surges, sags, those kind of things that you get from your utility grid.
Right. So those kinds of things are also backed up by the support that Liebert offers or Vertiv offers for these kinds of products. We've always been really well known for our service on large power and cooling products, but we take that capability all the way down to these units that are desk and room type closet units. So we have a program called the PAP, Power Assurance Package, and what it is a Liebert technician, no matter where in the country, is responsible for coming out and replacing a UPS within 24 hours with a brand new unit. And this is a 5-year program, so anything that happens, customer calls the service department and they are out there with a brand new unit within 24 hours.
That's awesome. And that's great because 5 years is a typical lifespan for a UPS unit anyway. So it protects basically the equipment for the duration of that, the expected life of
and
that
the
unit.
customer experiences no more, they don't have to spend any more in 5 years.
Sure.
The one time up front is all they're doing.
Awesome. Also, a key thing to remember is that these units are all available with a web card, so they can interface with any existing monitoring system. So if you have a third-party monitoring system through a different manufacturer, then don't feel that you're locked into that manufacturer's specific hardware. You can branch out to our solutions, which are often a better fit and better price point. So yeah, something to bear in mind.
Definitely.
Yeah. So why don't we start off with the PSA?
Okay, so the PSA is a smaller unit. This is where we typically see the application for this being like a desk unit, maybe in a retail environment if you're trying to back up a point of sale system, really a kind of a onesie, twosie, plug it into the back and it's going to provide some battery backup and some little bit of cleaning of the power.
Cool. And that's available, 500 to 1,500?
Yes, thank you for
VA.
doing my job for me. It is. Very good, Pete.
Great stuff. So I'm going to talk quickly about the PSI, which is kind of like, if you picture it as good, better, best. So the PSI is another line interactive UPS system. It's designed for your typical kind of servers, network closets, that kind of environment. Anything from 800 VA to 3 kVA on 120 volt. It's also new to this year. We've got a 5 kVA 208 volt. So has 6 outlets, 3-year warranty. Also, as with all these units, available with the PAP program, so we can extend that right up to a 5-year essential warranty. This unit is an older unit that doesn't showcase the LCD display, but the PSI 5 does have the LCD display. And hot swappable batteries, we can add additional battery packs onto this to extend the lifetime of the UPS. So yes, that's the PSI in a nutshell.
That's right. And so this is the GXT, and this is kind of our flagship product. The difference in the two is really in the way the power is processed through the UPS. This is a little less expensive than the GXT, but this is what we call online double conversion, which means it's always on, it's always cleaning the charge, and the batteries are never just sitting there. So anytime power fails, you don't really see any movement. It just keeps everything up and running. It's not going to turn on. It's already on. It's just charging the batteries all of the time. So these come in 500 VA 210, and It has all of the warranties and everything that comes with it. It also comes with what I think is cool is the pods on the back
Yep.
for the outlet, giving you different outlet configurations. It also has a maintenance bypass. So if the unit was to have a failure and you were waiting your 24 hours for your new unit with the PAP, you can manually flip it to utilities. So it's going to keep your load all up and running. So when you replace it, you don't have to take the power strips out. You don't have to take any of your IT equipment out. It's just going to turn back on when you get the new unit in because it's going to have that maintenance bypass
Awesome.
switch.
You know, ultimately, the big takeaway for this is that there are many ways to skin a cat when it
There
comes
are.
to UPS.
And we really, again, we want to take you from a 30,000-foot view all the way down to a granular level.
Absolutely. And the key thing is to identify what the, what is it that we're looking for?
We're looking for the ROI on your
Absolutely.
UPS.
Absolutely. And obviously being aware of those headwinds. Those
Never,
headwinds are
ever
crucial.
have the headwinds get in your way.
So we'll see you guys next week for another installment of Bitesize. Thanks for tuning in.